shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with King? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, we have so much things happening at GDC. We have Xbox courting a lot of developers, talking to them about the Xbox platform and how if they want to reach the most gamers in gaming, Xbox is the platform that can deliver on those promises. Now, you know and I know that Game Pass is the ultimate. So how I flip that. Game Pass is the ultimate. Oh, if it's your first time finding this channel, please, you found your next favorite channel. Me, Lord King David of Iron Lords Podcast and Xbox Frontline News, Frontline Gaming Streams. Your boy is doing a ton. But like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification button because I drop videos daily. Now, we need to talk about a company's hedging their whole existence on one title. And is that title the title that helped bail them out of all the problems that they're in? I'm talking about no other than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, it's going to be a tough road for Assassin's Creed. But we got some review scores to go over while we talk about GDC and Xbox. But as Xbox takes over GDC, with every developer listening, watching, seeing, all manufacturers getting in line with Xbox as they're building their army to take over the industry in a way nobody thought possible. From infesting every device, because every device is an Xbox. The strategy seemed insane, far-fetched, and oftentimes off-putting, especially to the hardcore Xbox fan. Now, I'm not going to tell you I was on board with it from the beginning because I damn sure wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that, oh, man, I like this strategy. No, me personally, I want to kill Kong. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. I want to run it up on these bumps. I want to lock them away. I want to starve them. I want to spend them out of business. But this is the reason why you have generals, you have soldiers, and you have those above all that are giving the orders, the strategists for the strategy. See, information is key here. And sometimes we're not privy to certain information. Certain information is not given to us. So what we do find out certain metrics. And while we're watching the metrics, they understand which pieces to use strategically in order to play the game. Because this is a grand game that they're playing. And we're all pawns as consumers in this grand game. Now, they taught us how to play the game one way. And that game we was playing before had to do with exclusives, had to do with, oh, this is my console. All boxes and lines are mine. But as you found out, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And Xbox decided that it's in their best interest to do things differently. Now, I know for the hardcore, you guys are going to be like, King, I ain't with this. Let me ask you a real question, a serious question, a question that I had to sit there and ask myself. What are you really going to do? If you really care about it and the company says, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we still exist. We just got to do it differently. We got to stay relevant. We got to move with the times. We got to change. We don't want to become like Red Book. We don't want to become like Blockbuster. I'm pretty sure if Blockbuster could have done to Netflix what Netflix did to them, they would have fixed it. See, there's a point in time when you become a relic or you move on with the times. You change, you grow, you adapt. You put proper people in place in order for change to happen. But what we've noticed is a lot of you guys want to stay stuck and want to stay the same. That mentality will kill us off, and we'll be definitely doomed. And we'll fall into the hands of exactly what them begging ponies want us to be. Irrelevant. Listen, I'm going to explain to you the stuff that I do know, some stuff that I can't say, but the stuff that I have seen and the stuff that I do know that is coming is tremendous, to say the least. You're going to have options in a way that no other console manufacturer, game publisher, developer has given you before. It's really going to be how you want to game. It's going to really dictate how you game, where you game, and why you game. But let's get into these topics. Xbox Play Anywhere has reached an incredible milestone, a massive milestone, if you will. Xbox Play Anywhere now supports over 1,000 games. Listen, Microsoft VP, President of Next Generation, Jason Ronalds, talking about the program on the official Xbox podcast. When they first launched in 2015, it was one of the first steps that we took to really recognize to the people that we're playing across multiple devices, Jason Ronalds said. Adding that many modern players want their libraries of games wherever they go. And listen, that's a huge thing. Allowing that luxury for you to take your games and play where you want to play, that shows you a versatility that other platforms aren't able to do. Play Anywhere gives players 2 copies of the game of their purchase, allowing them to play their game on the Xbox console and their Windows PC through the Xbox PC app. Ronald adds that games with the Play Anywhere support have over 20% higher playtime on average, owing to the flexibility of the feature that grants players. Play Anywhere remains primarily a first-party feature. But with Assassin's Creed Shadows, Play Anywhere is now a thing. Play Anywhere started with games including like Forza Horizon 3 and Gears of War 4. But now we see Play Anywhere being adapted to other titles. Listen, when you can play Avowed and all these other stuff like that on the go, you can take your handheld, jump on your PC. Let's say your wife or your husband is upstairs on the television. You can just go over to your desktop or your laptop, or you just pick up your gaming device, your handheld, and it changes the way you game. It allows you those little quiet moments that you're able to have at that particular time on a device of your choice. And I think those things right there speaks volumes. Because a lot of times, see, I have the luxury of actually having consoles in different rooms. That if one room is occupied or if people is in the house, I can just flutter my way off to another area. But I also have my ROG Ally. And I'm able to take my ROG Ally and play my Xbox games. Play Anywhere is huge. And Play Everywhere is soon to be. That's really crazy. Devices these days change the way we see gaming. And to be able to seamlessly do that, where only Xbox and Microsoft provides that option, that is invaluable. Microsoft has released their adaptive joystick, and you can buy it direct from distributor and direct from manufacturer. This is an incredible thing for all our handy capable people out there that haven't have an avenue to game. Microsoft saw your plight and made sure that you're able to game your way. You're able to game in a way that you're comfortable with. You're able to participate and be included in the conversation. And the conversation is everything is included. We're all included. Every gamer is not created equal, but every game is created for everyone. And these controllers allows everything to be equal, right? And I just felt that it was something that was necessary in order for us to be able to truly say that everyone is included. We have to make devices that adapt, change, and fit the mold for people that are uniquely capable. Microsoft Adaptive Joystick is now available. This is just one piece of the news from the company's annual Ability Summit. Microsoft does so much good in the world, in the community. And as far as gaming goes, I'm talking about gaming. I'm talking about Xbox. Because I was there in Design Labs and we saw a lot of their stuff that they were doing as far as making games accessible to everyone. And being at the forefront of allowing everyone to be included in the conversation. Imagine this. Imagine you're handy capable and you see a game and you just don't have access to it because the controller doesn't fit your hands, or the controller doesn't fit you, or you just don't have, you have limited mobility in certain areas. Well, now Xbox has given you that ability to participate in living out your passions. Let's say video games is your passions. So with this, you're able to participate. You're able to reach the same escapisms as a lot of us. And I truly believe that this is the way. Microsoft has just announced this. Adaptive joystick is available. And, you know, they did it at the Ability Summit. It's designed for people with limited mobility. So it has 4 customizable button inputs on the front, 2 more mappable button and trigger style buttons. It also comes with a standard thumbstick. It costs $30, which is cheaper than the official wireless Xbox controller, which is facts. This is one accessibility-minded announcement that Microsoft made today. The company will bring AI tools to the screen reader narrator for Windows. This will allow the narrator software to offer rich image descriptions. It'll be available for Windows insiders. That's another aspect to help reaching people that are visually impaired. This is truly an all-inclusive company when it comes to gaming. Everyone is inside the conversation. And that's something truly to behold. Now, remember when I told you guys how Xbox is going to make sure that Microsoft is going to make sure that the Xbox is in the kernel of the Windows 12, and that every PC will in turn innately become Xbox? People laughed. They said, "King, you don't know what the hell you're talking about." This is the first concrete evidence of my assertion of that information. Now, many people have come along and adapted that information as their own without sourcing the individual. That's cool. Knock yourself out. Windows 11 now lets you easily type with an Xbox controller. The new gamepad keyboard is part of the number of Microsoft efforts to make Windows more handheld friendly. Why would they be making it handheld friendly? Why? Because it's going to be a button that you're going to press on your Xbox controller, and it's going to allow you to seamlessly jump to the front, to handle work, and jump right back to your game. When these things start to seamlessly make their way and remove the barriers that are there, That is truly when everything is truly becoming an Xbox. See, grabbing a PlayStation controller and playing an Xbox game on a PlayStation device turns that PlayStation into an Xbox. Those games are made by a console manufacturer that sought out that audience. They're also seeking out the audience on the PC. And in seeking out the audience on the PC, they must give them the options and the ability to turn that PC into a gaming device, i.e., the controller. This is how we identify what true gaming is. By picking up the device that we so love and turning that screen into our playgrounds. Microsoft and Xbox is bridging the gap closer and closer. Now, these handhelds will be released this year. And Microsoft and Xbox would play anywhere with this controller interface to your keyboard. It's changing the conversation that Microsoft has with the PC gamer and Xbox has with the console gamer. With blending the two, we're making the two worlds one. They already have day and date. We already have PC Game Pass. Now it's time to merge this into one big box. To change the perception of Xbox across the world, Microsoft has to lead the way with changing Windows and putting Xbox first. This is putting Xbox first. The gamepad keyboard even has shortcuts that are designed as an Xbox controller, including the X button for the backspace, the Y button for the space bar, and the menu button in the center. The shortcuts are identical to the ones that Microsoft uses for the Xbox dashboard too. This is incredible. I'm telling you, the improvements to typing with an Xbox controller is part of the many changes Microsoft is making on Windows for handheld gaming PCs. Microsoft is working with combining the best part of Windows and Xbox together while addressing the basic needs like being able to navigate with a controller. This has also made the game bar on Windows more handheld friendly. Understand the reason why they're making everything handheld friendly, because when these handhelds release, they will be released with Windows 11. We're releasing with Windows 11, of course, right now, there's going to be a little rough edges, but they're smoothing those things out to make sure that your gaming is top notch. With Ubisoft placing the weight of the world on the backs of everyone that had their hands in Assassin's Creed Shadows development. This game has been delayed a couple of times, has seen a lot of bumps in the road. There's been a lot of doubts with this game. A game that was surely their ace in the hole, if you will. Because if they go to Japan, that's what everybody always wanted. And then they went, and it wasn't the story that everybody wanted. You can never please everybody. But the roar of the crowd was very loud when it came to this particular game. Forced them to actually delay it, fix a lot of things that they had wrong in the background. Now, the embargo is up. And how I felt about it was like, man, what's going to happen to this game? And I knew a lot of my friends, well, associates, and I did have some friends that were playing it, but some associates, was reviewing the game. I didn't want to hear anything about it because I was actually nervous about this title. This title in particular, because I know this title will change Ubisoft's fortunes. And Ubisoft has such a downward trend recently. And I don't know if these self-inflicted wounds can be healed by a good game. I honestly don't know if they've done so much brand damage that a good game can't fix it. It can place a Band-Aid on it, but would it change how we view them? Will people still take a wait, see, look? Well, the review scores is up. And I'm happy that the PlayStation scored lower than the Xbox. And I know you're gonna say, King, why is that? Well, I think Microsoft has the marketing for Assassin's Creed because I've seen a couple of things. I don't know if they have it. I don't know. Please let me know down in the bottom. But because I felt that Ghost of Tsushima, the PlayStation brand, would be like, so we already went to Japan. Yeah, Sucker Punch copies exactly what Ubisoft does with how their games are. I wanted to know if Ubisoft outdid the Mimic. So now, with more than a few dozen reviews and more to follow, Assassin's Creed has a Metascore of 82. They have 84 on PlayStation. 82 on PlayStation, 84 on Xbox, and a 77 on PC. This is fine, pretty good. Mainly, more or less, exactly what you expect from a big Ubisoft game, no matter how high profile it may be. Not usually disasters, but usually absolutely flooring everybody. Not usually flooring everybody with Game of the Year contention. Now, you got Assassin's Creed Shadows with an 82. This is how they ranked, all right? So you can see the best ones. Assassin's Creed Mirage got a 76, which I thought Assassin's Creed Mirage looked pretty decent. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was an 80. I finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was an 83. I thought that was pretty good, but you did have people upset with certain things. Assassin's Creed Origins is the game that made me come back to Assassin's Creed because, honestly, I felt that Assassin's Creed had lost their way. I picked up Syndicate, and Syndicate got a 76. And to me, Syndicate deserved a 76. Unity kind of broke me, pause. Because I honestly, Unity scored a 72. Unity kind of broke me because me personally, I was just like, why is this game so damn broken? It's fixed now, but it's broken. Black Flag was cool, and I ended that, and it introduced some things to it that became a staple. Assassin's Creed 3 was an 84, finished that. Revelations, 89. I don't think I finished that, but I definitely finished Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which was an 89, and Assassin's Creed 2, which was a 90, and Assassin's Creed itself, 1, was an 81. I want to know if you guys are going to dabble, jump in, play Assassin's Creed. Will it be something that interests you? I'm interested in the story of Sasuke. I'm interested in what it brings. Honestly, I mean, I'm not really interested in the other character that much, but I'm sure that's a byproduct of my intrigue and like the journey of Nobunaga and his viewpoint on Yasuke. With Xbox making news, hand over fist, with all the stuff that they're doing, I mean, honestly, did you think that they'd be quiet during GDC? I didn't. They had so many panels full talking to developers, having the pitch with developers about playing everywhere and anything's an Xbox. It changes the conversation. If you're going to develop your game, where would you develop it? If you're an indie gamer, indie developer, and you're new on the scene, and you find out Xbox has put $11 billion since ID at Xbox has become a reality, and they have made so much revenue out of ID at Xbox and these indie games, would it behoove you not to listen to the pitch? Microsoft is going to the ground roots. I think GDC is going to be a huge tipping point with the gaming community because we're going to see a ton more developers use the Xbox platform to reach everyone. Imagine this. They tell you there's no restrictions in where you place your game. They just want to help you get your game across the line. As a game developer, I think the strategy is sound. Gain as much in your army as possible. Spread your army as far and wide as it can reach. And allow the games to do the talking. Instead of having hope, I'd rather have certainty. I know as an Xbox customer, I don't have to hope if I'm going to get Xbox games. I truly enjoy Xbox games. And it seems that everyone does too. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how it is. I'm going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. With the handhelds coming and announcements are imminent, by the end of this week, you should have worthy stuff popping off and going across everyone's timeline. With the rumors of Resident Evil 9 from Capcom coming out soon. With Shadows, Assassin's Creed Shadows, heading on the 20th. I want to know where you're going to be. Are you going to game? Are you going to pick up Assassin's Creed Shadows? Is that the game that you've been looking for? Quite possibly. I think it's the most important game that Ubisoft has put out. And if it fails, are they acquired by somebody? What's going to happen if Ubisoft fails at this endeavor? With a solid Metacritic score, not overpowering, but being functional. And from what we've seen today, it looks really good. What are your plans? I have Ubisoft Plus. I will be dabbling that way. Tell me in the comments, how would you be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows? Are you an Assassin's Creed fan? It's a single-player story-driven narrative game with stealth-like elements where you can play two characters. Does it intrigue you? Or is it the Japanese culture that intrigues you? What about Assassin's Creed Shadows has you say, yeah, I'm going to plunk my money down, or yeah, I'm going to partake? Let me know. But if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification button because I drop videos daily. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. And I'm also on Frontline Gaming streams where I play games every day. I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it around Scott Pilgrim. Because if you saw me today, I was on Frontline Gaming streams playing Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I was having a damn good time. So I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.